Clayton Thomas. I will be your moderator for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie panel. Make noise! Now, here's the thing. We are waiting for all of my Rangers. However, something dope happened. I don't know if he wants to do it right now, if he wants to maybe come up on his own. That's good. Let me give you the intro. Here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting for the other Rangers, and we're going to get it crocked off. But here's the thing. When I'm doing this, this is a party. Everybody in here loves the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Am I right? Yeah. Am I right? Yeah. So I need nothing but energy, man. It is an honor and a pleasure to bring this brother to the stage right now. We all know him. We all love him. You know him as the Black Ranger in the movie. You know him as Green Zeo. You know him as Green Turbo. Ladies and gentlemen, start clapping your hands, stomp your feet right now. Make some noise. Loud, 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 loud. Give it up for Johnny Yong Bosch. Everybody, this is my man Johnny. I'm joined by the good buddy Corey. This is the guy who's going to be helping me moderate. Make some noise for Corey.
Two moderators?
Hey, man.
All right, do it. You do an intro. I'll re-enter.
Yeah, give him another intro. Give me your own intro.
Hey guys, my name is Corey. I'm Movie Dude 18 on Twitter. I've hosted the movie here in LA 4 times. I have a film print of the original film, but this is the first time that I'm doing it with Johnny Young Bosch.
Thank you. There's an elevator here, and stairs as well.
Now here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it's gonna go. Everybody's been to a panel before. If this is your first panel of the Power Rangers, make some noise. Okay, cool. Here's the thing. The Power Rangers, Johnny, they do panels all over the world. They go everywhere. They meet a lot of different fans. What I want you guys to do is give some of the most creative, cool questions you can think of. Nothing that we've all heard before. Make your experience complete. Does that sound good? All right, so we're gonna get it kicked off right now. Johnny, I have a question for you, man.
All right, what's your question, man?
Been watching you forever. My name's Clayton. I'm 8 years old, and my specific question is, how in Power Rangers in Space did you even have your original morpher to morph?
Are you gonna go right there?
I gotta go there, man.
All right. Well, you know Alpha, right?
Yeah.
Alpha and I, we go way back. He's my boy. He's a guy, right? He had the coins. He kept them. He found the pieces of the coins and put them together. And gave me a call. He was like, "Ay, Adam, I put together your morpher." And I was like, "Oh, sweet. We can't use it. That's dangerous." And then he was like, "You're right." But I kept it after that.
Okay, you kept it. Yeah. Likely answer. Allow me to raise you another one. How, if that morpher was broken, did it get fully restored in Operation Overdrive?
All right, yeah. Because Disney has a bigger budget. There you go.
So in the Turbo movie, there's actually about like an hour missing somewhere, and you actually fell in love with a mermaid. Is that true?
That is true. There was a love interest in Turbo. When I'm off on that island by myself and I think everyone's dead, there's like a whole separate storyline that happens throughout there, and yeah, I rescue a mermaid and we kind of fall in love.
Why did they cut that out? That sounds good.
Because they don't want people to believe in mermaids.
I don't believe it.
Here's the beautiful thing about you continuing to get all of the love as a Ranger. If we report back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, Dulcea seemed like she had a little thing for Adam. I don't know, is it just me? He became the frog, he got the kiss on the head. I mean, it seems like Adam is getting the most affection in the Power Ranger universe.
I guess it pays to be the quiet, shy guy. Sometimes.
What I want to do right now before we even get this is literally, let me tell you why this is cool. Johnny and Bosch could have been like, look, I don't want to do it right now. I'm waiting until the other Rangers get here. We have an opportunity to kick it with him right now. What I want to do, I want to start a small line of people who have questions for Adam. I want to start a line for people who have questions for Johnny, and we can get them up as fast as we can before we start the panel, all right? Line
Marcus,
up.
go.
Let's get 'em. Oh, we got Alpha. He's in there. So, say your name, man. What's your question, buddy?
My name is Ooze. I'm from Seattle, Washington. And my question is, you know how you and Tommy, like, they like to, and you got a friend in real life, you like to goof each other. I remember your story about the palm tree. You have another funny story you can tell with you and Tommy? You can share?
A different story from the palm tree story? Or
Yeah,
that?
a different story from a palm tree story.
A different story. But what if these people have never heard that story?
You can go ahead and explain that.
All right, I'll explain this one really fast. All right, me and Jason Frank, who
Jason
plays
Frank,
Tommy.
yes.
We were in Australia shooting the movie, and there's this palm tree out to the side, and we're in our civvies, our civilian wardrobe, and we're doing backflips off the tree, right? So he would run, and he would take 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and he'd backflip off, and I'd be there to spot him. When I would do it, I would run, and I'd bounce off like a frog and bounce off the tree and backflip, and he'd spot me. I'm gonna stand up. So basically, like, he'd spot me, I'd spot him. You know, we're doing this for a while, and so I'd sit there, I'd count 1, 2, 3, I'd put my hand out just in case, but it never really needed me for anything, or vice versa. And so this one time when he's running towards me, he's like, I'm gonna keep going. And I didn't know what that meant. I was just like, you're having so much fun, and you're just gonna keep going forever. So I didn't know, and then I was here, I counted steps, 1, 2, 3, I put my hand there, and it's 4, 5.5-ish, and I look up, I was like, oh, he meant he's gonna keep running up the tree. And then I look up, and now he's like falling down towards me head first. And I did what any one of you would have done. I moved. It's like 200 pounds. You can't catch a guy like that. It'd be weird if I tried, you know? What if I did catch him? You know, his crotch would be in my face. I'd be like, it'd be a really awkward thing. So anyways, he fell. He got a cut. We got in big trouble, and he cussed at us and all that stuff. But and so he blamed me. He blames me. He still blames me for that. Oh. But it's his fault for changing the game plan. He did get back. He did get back, though. Yeah. In Australia, if you want to hear that one too. We're still waiting.
Of course
for
we
everyone,
do.
right?
Yeah, of course, go for it.
All right, so we're driving across this desert. This girl's driving this van, and Jason Frank and I are in the middle seat, and the girls are in the back, and the window's open. And I don't know why I thought this. I was young and stupid. I was like, it'd be really cool if I climbed out this window, got onto the roof, and then climbed back in on the other side. We were going 50 miles an hour, and I said that out loud, and Jason was like, you won't do it. I was like, dude, I'll climb out this window right now. I'll do it. He's like, nah, you're not going to do it. I was like, I'll do it. He's like, nah, you're chicken. I'm like, no, I'm the frog.
Yeah!
So I climbed out the window, 50 miles an hour, and I got onto the roof. Now, inside a car, 50 miles an hour, you can put your hand out the window and go, wee! You know, you can grab the wind or whatever. But on top, it's like free fall. It's like, right? And so I'm like, this is dangerous. Like at that point, I'm like, I'm gonna die. And I'm like, okay, I better finish up and get in on the other side like I said I was gonna do. And so I'm like this, and all of a sudden, the van starts swerving from side to side. I'm like, what the heck? She's trying to kill me, throw me from the vehicle. And so I pull myself over so I can like scream at her through the windshield, and I see her like this. Because Jason Frank has reached past her and is pulling at the wheel, trying to throw me from the vehicle, 50 miles an hour. And I'm like, oh, he's trying to kill me. It's like the tree flip. The tree flip, that's what it is. And so I'm like, all right, I better squeeze it on that other side. So I pull myself over to that side window, and there he is, just rolling it up. All the while, she just keeps driving 50 miles an hour. Finally, she just starts hitting him like this, and then he rolls it down, and I climb back in. But that was how Jason Frank got me back. He tried to kill me.
Right, thank you, Johnny.
That's great question, man. Alpha, first and foremost, put this helmet on first. We need to see this helmet. Oh, that's amazing, dude.
Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah.
Say your name, man. What's your question, buddy?
So, how did you transition from being a Power Ranger to a well-known voice actor?
Man, that's a great question. All right, so on Power Rangers, we had the Japanese stunt team Alpha Stunts and Koichi Sakamoto. They got together and they wanted to shoot this action film. And it's called Wicked Game, Extreme Heist here, I think, Wicked Game overseas. And so anyways, they wanted to shoot an action film and they had me come in and play the lead. And it's just a total stunt film. They're all Japanese. The camera was Japanese, but the sound guys were not. And so at the end of the day or the shoot and everything's done, they edited the movie. It was just static. Somehow the sound got screwed up. And so I had to go in and dub myself over the movie. And as I was dubbing myself, the producer walked in, heard my voice, and said, "Oh, you got a good hero voice." I didn't know what he meant at the time because I was playing the hero. I was like, "Oh, cool." What? And so, but then eventually at the end of the session, he was like, "Hey, so you want to come audition for some animation that I'm doing?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." This was after Power Rangers, so I needed a job. And so I went in and I auditioned for Trigun, and I booked the role of Vash. And that was my step in, you know, get my step through the door. And since then, I've been very fortunate, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice question, buddy. What's your name, man? Where you from? What's the question?
Hi, I'm Cletus. I'm from Pittsburgh.
What's up?
And just a simple question about Turbo, because you ended up with a minivan.
Yes, I did.
How did you react when you found out you ended up with a minivan?
Well, some of you guys might not know this, but in that first movie, when I got the frog,
Right.
it wasn't scripted as me being bummed out.
Really?
It was originally scripted like everyone, you know, she explains who everyone is, and then they got to me. It was like it had something to do with speed. You're fast and quick or whatever. In fact, we shot this whole sequence where I'm trying to like catch flies with the chopsticks, and I couldn't, and I pull out my little Power Ranger morph gun and I started shooting the flies, and that stuff was all cut out of the film. Me being fast and all that stuff, and so originally that's what it was in the script. Some things happened in that first script where a lot of my action sequences got taken out and given to other Rangers, and I know it's dark, but whatever. There was seniority and all that, and so I was the new guy. And so, anyways, I was a little bummed out. And so we got to that scene, and I asked the director. I was like, "Hey, you know what? Can I just be bummed about getting the frog? I mean, they're not that fast, you know." I was like, because that was the thing. I was like, they're not really that fast. I used to catch them in the backyard. And he's like, "Well, let's do it like the script, and then maybe we could play around with that idea." And so we added that whole bit of me being bummed out or whatever. Right. And so the second movie came around, and you know, everyone gets really cool stuff. You know, obviously Tommy gets the race car. You know, the new kid. You know, Blake ends up getting like this monster truck, and I get a green minivan. And I went up to the producer and I was like, "Hey, you know what? Last time I was bummed out about being the frog. Can I be bummed out about this minivan? I mean, I could play like, what's going on here? Do you not like me? I mean, come on. It's first a frog and now a green minivan? I mean, I don't even have a family. You know, it's like." So I had like this whole idea of just playing off that kind of thing. And then he was like, "Johnny, you're not funny."
Oh.
And I was like, all right, but yeah. So
I think you're funny.
I think so. I tried to sneak that in there.
It was a good idea.
Thanks. You know what? Maybe they're not coming. Should I just tell you guys a story? You guys want to hear a story?
Of course.
Oh wait, how many of you guys have heard my quarter story? Okay, not that many. How many of you want to hear the quarter story? All right. By the time I finish this, they might even actually be here, or unless they're already there.
All right, guys, so we got a few more people showing up. They're
Okay, never mind.
shuffling them in.
Hold on.
Oh,
You're
wait,
still
wait,
not
wait,
off the
wait,
hook.
sorry.
You're not off the hook. Don't get that.
Well, no. If you've got them here, then yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
let's
we're
do
gonna
it.
get to that story. We're bringing these Rangers
So,
out.
All right.
first up, we have my personal favorite, my man, Steve Cardenas.
Steve Cardenas, make noise. Rocky the Red Ranger. There he is. Oh.
And then we've got actually our heroine here, Gabrielle Fitzpatrick. I believe.
Yeah.
And finally, my favorite villain of all time in the Power Rangers series, Mr. Paul
left me
Freeman.
there.
Ivan Ooze.
Paul Freeman is in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ooze is back.
Ladies, y'all have no idea how excited I am to meet Mr. Ooze in the flesh. Literally.
Actually, I have to go back and get the other two, but I'll be right back.
Nice. I love how you got our hopes up and literally didn't have everybody.
So are you just running around catching them like Pokemon? It's like
It's
Power Rangers go.
This is a Pokemon-free zone right now here, up here.
All right. A bit nervous. Huh? I'm a bit
So,
scared of the Pokemon.
before you guys came out, Johnny was in the middle of the story. Can we continue, Johnny?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's a long story. I thought I was gonna have to kill a lot of time. I'll save that for another time, guys.
All right, so it's cool. We're going to get this story, guys. Say your name, man. Where you from?
My name's Austin. I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Seeing as how you guys had to do a lot of ADR work, my question was, if you could have been villains, which ones would you have liked to voice?
Well, I think he's probably referring mostly to Johnny and I with that, because when the helmets were on, you couldn't see our faces. So we would do ADR, which means automated dialogue replacement. And they would go in and dub our voices over to the movement of the helmets, you know? Right, exactly, yeah, exactly.
Hey, dub me right now.
Hey, let's go, guys. Let's morph. Yeah, exactly. That's what we would do it, just like that. Exactly. So I don't know that,
didn't do any of
these
that.
guys had to do much of the ADR stuff.
No, we didn't have
Because
anything covered
sometimes some of that stuff would have to get replaced if our dialogue was going on and maybe a plane would fly over, and then they would have to go in and like re-record that stuff like that. But we did a lot of the ADR. I don't know if they did as much. But your question was, what was it?
If you could voice any PR
Oh,
villains,
if we could
who would
avoid.
you voice?
Oh,
And that
didn't you just
for
hear me
anyone.
do my Ooze voice? Remember? Did you heard it right as you came in?
I didn't recognize that one. It sounded like my mother.
Oh, I guess I walked right into that one, didn't I? But I would like to have voiced. I like Lord Zed, but I can't do his voice, man. He's like, can't do. And of course Barbara, she's amazing. So you got all the villain voices. I'm sure they're here all weekend, so you should get them to do it for you. I don't know. I like Lord Zed. I like Lord Zed, the character, like probably the most. I think out of all of them, because I just thought he looked so evil and he was like so interesting. But I don't know. If I had to voice that, if I had to pick one of the villains, that would be mine.
If I had to pick a villain, I would pick a putty.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of work there.
Thanks, guys.
Great question, man. What's your name, buddy? Where you from? What's your question?
My name is Seth, and I'm from Harrisburg. My question is for Paul and Gabriella. What was your favorite part of doing the movie?
When they said that's a wrap?
No, that's not true at all. The favorite part, I don't know. It was pretty fun coming to work every day. The sun was shining, everybody was so nice. It was Americans on set. We love Americans in Australia. They're all hot. They are. They just are. I really liked, this is different, it's sort of a little offset, but I loved meeting John Landau. He was a bit of an interesting cat, that big producer that did that Titanic show. He was kind of interesting. Wish he gave me another job. But anyway, it was all good. I think being down on that set where, you fight the Tengu birds was very interesting because, the stunt guys were really busy getting those wires up, and those poor guys were in those suits, and it was really heavy and hot and sticky, and they're all tied up like that up in the thing, and they never complain, and to watch them doing that was pretty cool, and to see the sea crashing over those big black rocks. The set truly looked like it was from another planet. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, it was just Australia. Well, it's like another planet, isn't it?
Basically another
it's a long
planet.
way away. It's like a planet far, far away. I think probably being down there with those stuntmen. I love the stunt guys. I love all that action that they do and that these guys can do as well, but I couldn't. They did it all. It was great. Yeah.
Because of the costume, which was immensely heavy and I couldn't really sit down in it, they'd erected a special chair, which was mainly a back and a sloping seat, so I could lean back on it. And because I had false teeth in and the makeup went up my top lip, down my bottom lip, I couldn't eat either.
I didn't
So
know.
every lunchtime, they came up with these wonderful smoked oysters. Did you guys know that I had this special diet?
No, I did not know
Did not know that at all.
It was the only thing I could eat, so I could just open my mouth and we just drop them in.
Drop you like oysters.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we actually have one more coming and then another one behind that.
I wonder who this person is.
Please welcome Yellow Ranger Karen Ashley.
Yeah! Make some noise. There she is.
No one told us there was a panel.
I was wondering.
We forgive you.
This panel just keeps getting better.
It's busy out there. Like, jeez. How's the day gone so far, guys?
Good. It's great.
Good. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
Great day. Thank you guys for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
So
guys for coming out. Yeah,
humble.
awesome.
What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, I'm Kate. My question's for Gabriella. Catherine Sutherland actually auditioned for Dulcea, but she lost the part out to you. Would you have liked to have been a Power Ranger?
Sure, I would have liked to have done anything in the show. They only asked me to do that character, but I would have done anything.
It's actually funny. My dad was watching the movie with my nephew a while ago, and my dad said you were his favorite Ranger.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. It's nice to be liked.
Great question. How you doing, buddy?
Good. My name's Joseph. I'm from here. I just had a question for everyone. What was like your favorite thing that you did on set, or like what was like your most like memorable thing, like that was on set, like your funnest memory on set, basically?
You asking me who?
Everyone. He's asking everyone.
Everyone. Yeah. Shoot for it.
The movie
I smell
specifically.
teenagers.
Yes! 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 Sorry,
My-
I'm fanning out.
Yeah, the autograph book line was my favorite, though. Oh, where's my autograph book? That's my favorite.
Being in Australia, like we
Yeah.
got to go to Sydney. I'd never been out of the country, and so to be able to do that and like actually be there for 6 months, it was almost like we lived there. Like I felt like I actually lived out of the United States for 6 months. So that was just within doing a movie, like walking in, these sets are bigger and larger, and it's crazy. Yeah. But just being in a whole nother place, it was pretty awesome.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And this is actually my third Power Morphicon, so yay.
Y'all gotta get excited now. She's telling you where she's from. Come on
It's
now.
like an AA meeting, right?
Go ahead. That's amazing.
3 times she saved her money.
In the movie, everyone's outfits were pretty amazing. I mean, with the Rangers, you were out of the normal spandex and in the different suits. And Gabriella's outfit was pretty memorable.
Yeah, most dads remember her.
You should hear how much that cost. I remember asking them. I said, "What is this 2 bits of leather cost?" And they said $70,000. I was like, "Wow." I was like, Yeah. Well, after they had all the designers and the people cut in and take down the suit and then reshape it and do everything, that's a lot of people's jobs involved. So a bikini costs $70,000 with the boots.
Wow.
That's why they would never give it to me. They've got it.
We're in the wrong business.
Just stop making leather bikinis. Very easy.
Wow.
This has just turned to Power Rangers After Dark.
Well, I was wondering, what was it like to wear those? Like, what it felt like? Was it difficult to get into? Difficult to work in? To move in?
No, it wasn't, because I'll tell you why. Well, there wasn't much holding on to restrict you. And I do know that the Pink Ranger, Amy, remember her telling me, "Oh my God, my costume, I can't move. How am I going to move?" And I was like, "Oh, you poor thing, that sounds terrible, Here, take mine." But no, but it was like, I had nothing stopping me, but I didn't really have to do much kicking and all that stuff, so it was easy. Yeah, so it was fine. And I used to be, back in the day, a model, so I was always doing swimwear shoots. So for me, it was just like being on a shoot. I wore swimwear all the time. So it didn't bother me, actually. It was fine. Just what I had to wear. It's what the man said.
Bother
Wear
me
this.
either.
Wear this. Okay.
And it was definitely different, obviously, from the spandex. And they were heavier. I don't know, they're 20, 30 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, they were like 25 pounds. Yeah.
The helmets were stuffier too, but they put these fans in the back of them.
Oh, that's right. They had a little vent there. I forgot about
But
that.
they didn't always work though. Yeah. It's like a great idea, but they didn't always work. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to do that much in those anyways, and they kept those things kept changing too.
Well, yeah. Remember, like how they wanted to do the visors go like that.
The
so you
visors
could see our
lifting
faces.
up and out.
And then they were like, oh, let's have the mouths open up like that, so you can see their mouths, and it just looked weird. So they're like, oh, well, how about we just paint their faces silver, and then you can see their mouths, and I'm like.
But then, like your helmet had that like whatever.
Oh yeah, that little scanner
Some
thing.
scanner vision or whatever, and yours had the lights. Mine actually, which was cut out, was like the ears went.
Oh, that's right.
And
They
then,
were like satellite antennas.
Yeah,
They were
and
like
it could like
satellites,
he could hear things better. And I remember watching the film, and it was cut out. But then there was like a moment when I turned a corner. It's like normal helmet. It turned a corner. It's like
satellite ears, Dumbo ears, Dumbo ears.
Yeah.
I got a fan question, man. This fan question, it might be kind of technological. When you guys were in the Megazord, where were you actually sitting? Like, was it a separate room, or was it like a...
It was a giant Megazord. It was like they built giant robots that we climbed into.
We were in the top of a giant robot.
Right.
Well, we didn't exactly climb. We had to jump 50 feet to get into them. But we were young.
Very
Couldn't do that
athletic.
kind of
Forgot
stuff.
about that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Here, take this one. Let her... this is free.
So actually, to Karen, Johnny, and Steve, you guys were the three newbies coming in halfway through season 2, and it wasn't much into filming the show that you already knew about, or did you know about filming a movie? When you signed your deal, I think it's crazy. Most people don't know they were casted all at the same audition city, all three of them, and that's really bizarre these days. But did you guys know what you were signing up for a film for multiple seasons? And the differences between filming the show at the same time as the movie with TV versus filming?
Well, when they said sign your life away, we kind of knew. No. I mean, we found out when we were signing the contract when we got the TV show that we got a movie. And so we knew, but we didn't know prior to. When we were auditioning, I didn't know that I thought we were going to be added to the cast.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, we didn't know that we were replacing people until we actually got to the very end of the audition, and they said, oh, 3 people have left, and you 3 are going to be the new ones. But yeah, luckily, I mean, it was like we got the golden ticket. We got a TV show. They were like, you're going to film for the next month. We're going to try to shoot 20 episodes, so you're not going to have any days off. And then you're going to Australia, and we're going to ship you over there, and you're going to do the movie. And so we were like so excited and so happy. Yeah.
Can I ask you, the guys, because I haven't talked to them about this, when you signed up them for the TV series, did they also pay you for the movie on top of that, or was it all included?
Great question.
It's a good question. They did pay us for the movie, separately from the TV show. But when we went on hiatus to do the movie, they didn't. The TV show was shut down, so we weren't getting paid for any television at that point.
We didn't get what Fox wanted to pay us.
Yeah, I think Fox wanted to pay us a lot more.
Fox wanted to pay us, did not get to us.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Saban.
You guys professionals probably make more than what we got.
Oh, I'm sure the grips were probably making more than we were.
Oh, yeah. That's why they treated us like crap. Like they were like hating us.
But, anyone would have taken it though, What are you going to do? You're going to turn it down, No, nobody was going to do that. So, yeah.
Man. Hi, thank you so much. Amazing questions. Ranger, Yellow Ranger?
Lauren.
No. The Yellow Ranger behind you, yeah. What's your name and give us your question?
Hi, I'm Cassandra. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah! I guess they're not rocking with Boston.
I am legally obligated to say go Sox.
Okay.
My question was actually, you mentioned the visor thing earlier, how they were originally just not going to have the visors or the mouthpieces, and you guys were going to be in the costumes all the time, emoting. And I was just wondering, I know they filmed a lot of footage that way, and you had to do it all over, and that's why so much was delayed and why there were episodes shot in Australia. So what was it like for you as actors, both having to deal with the suits that much and having to like control your faces and emote all the time as well?
I honestly don't remember doing too much with that. I mean, I think they
There's
had
a
the
lot of
idea of
testing.
it. They had the idea of it, and they wanted to test it out. And so we did maybe like a day or two of filming with these different ideas. But they quickly dismissed that because the way that the helmets were shaped, you know, our heads looked too far inside the helmet to make it look interesting. It was like, you know, it was like the helmets like protruded too far out from our face. So when you could actually see inside, it was kind of weird to look inside that way. So I think they went back to the way that it normally looks because it just made more sense. But that's just a design flaw.
There were a lot of things that we shot.
They shot a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
There was like giant rats at one point, you know, that we
Yeah.
thought. But they had.
There
but
was
you
a
could
whole
see
other
the zipper.
Dulcea at one point.
Yeah, there's a whole other Dulcea. There's like a zipper down the rats, and it's like they're like this. Like that doesn't look that hot.
How can we get the ultimate version of the Power Rangers movie then? This seems like we're missing everything.
Maybe one day they'll like do that. They'll like
Yeah.
release those deleted scenes. Because I mean, there was
I really want
literally-
the ultimate version of the Turbo movie. I want to see Adam fall in love with a mermaid.
Well, there's other stuff in that movie where, because we were all Zeo Rangers, but like the Zeo crystal could not have contact with water, I guess it was. And so when it did, that's how we would we lost our power and needed to gain those new powers. Like Adam and Tanya went underwater and scuba and got in a big fight, and then they came out, their suits were all torn up. That was like, you know, and then that's why even Kat and Tommy, they jump into the water and then they can't use their powers. But there's a lot, you know, but I mean, that's just filmmaking.
like a big design
Whenever you
flaw
have
in
20
there.
different, you know,
The
writers
stuff
or
that
whatever.
they delete, sometimes you're like, why did they do that? Because you're right, it makes more sense.
That makes more sense,
And
yeah.
it's like they'll just delete and it'll just be crazy.
This is why the Power Rangers are here, everybody. Here's the thing. Listen, I know we all go to a lot of different panels. You up next, Green Shirt. I know everybody, we go to these panels, we meet these Rangers, man, and my goal for this panel is for them to get questions that they don't often get so we can get the answers that we don't normally see respectfully and get everything out of their heads. Like, this has been amazing so far, and I wanted to continue. So if you're sitting in the crowd, don't be shy. If you want to ask a question, get up in this line and ask the question. You only get a chance to meet somebody who's your hero once in a lifetime sometimes, or in this case, every other year. So, Green Shirt, what's your name? What's your question, buddy?
I asked a question earlier about, yeah, man, it's great.
First, I need you to have a little bit more excitement in your voice.
I'm sorry. I'm just nervous.
Yeah, so, you know, I came up here earlier. And, you know, go ahead, man.
Sorry. Anyway, Mr. Freeman, this is for you, man. Quick question. You were in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Fantastic role. I didn't even. Yeah. I didn't even realize that until I was like, oh my goodness, that's him. I completely forgot. But anyway, what was your reaction coming from like, you know, acting in other big films, but then you're asked to play this almost cartoon-like villain? How did that? What was that different question? Like when you were asked to do that, what did you think of that?
It's a good question. It was a great relief in many ways. The original script that I was given to do an audition on tape was much crazier than the way it eventually turned out. Ivan kept changing and becoming other people, which gave me eventually the idea of all the different voices I was using in it. But for instance, at one point he changed into a woman during the course of the thing.
Really?
The audition piece in the original script. So when they cut all of that and decided he was going to look one way, in fact he looked two ways, didn't he? He was early on like a wizard, and then it became Ivan with all the horns and everything. When they decided he was going to have one look and not be a shapeshifter all the time, all these different changes went out of the script, but I kept it in the voice because it had given me that idea of just making him change and just have fun with it, you know. And normally you wouldn't get a chance to do that in a role. You'd be playing a straight role through a movie and have to stick to it and make it rational. Mm-hmm. This was as irrational as you could possibly get, I would think.
Right, you could do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
could-
had like the best
Complete freedom.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, guys, right? Was he awesome? I loved it. But I did often wonder that. I wondered, you know, did you think that you were just being way over the top or silly or, you know? I always wondered that too, you know?
I loved
I
every
was
minute
given
of
the chance to be over the top.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
how lucky is that?
No, it's great.
Nice.
Hey, I'm
How you
Chris
doing,
from
man?
Modesto, and my question for all of you: with the new movie coming up, would any of you like to have maybe like a cameo? And if so, what would you want to be doing in that cameo?
Karen started off.
Oh, why me? I need time to think. I think they've already wrapped that movie. So, but no, I mean, I thought it would have been cool if they would have brought some of the original cast from the movie. I just would have wanted to be a part of it in any way, you know, just because that was something I felt like we helped create, you know. It was like such an iconic, you know, portion in so many fans' lives, and I think that you guys have been wanting us to reunite or be back on Power Rangers in some sort of way.
Definitely.
So I thought that would have been, if for no other reason, would have been amazing just for you guys. So I would have done it just, you know, as a token to our fans. But no comment.
We're going down the line. I wouldn't have done the cameo. I'm waiting for them to do the movie of Ivan Ooze.
Yes. Yes.
Great idea.
I'd want to be. Originally, when it was coming out, people would ask me that question. I said, well, it'd be kind of cool if I could be like Adam, like Zordon, but Adam's floating head, you know? Like, Rangers, I'm Adam. I lived a long time ago. I was like you. But yeah, so I don't know. Some dude eating a hot dog when the city is being destroyed would be kind of cool.
Right.
I would have thought, like, you know, myself would have been cool to be like, you know, Ernie's assistant at the juice bar or something like that, you know? Why not, you know? I'm the assistant manager at Ernie's now, you know? And Paul Freeman would have made a good Zordon, actually, you know? He would have been a good Zordon, I think.
We could have just like rollerbladed by. Like rollerblade.
I don't know, just sitting here thinking, I thought maybe it would have been cool if I just left Phaedos or I got kidnapped and I turned really, really old, like billions of years old or something, and then I'm like, help me! And then the Power Rangers go, we're here to help, you know, and they jump in and then they pick me up and then they help me, you know? Give back, you gotta
Give back in the
give
team.
back.
Yeah.
Pay it forward, pay it forward.
Pay it forward. That's all I wanted.
Thank
Only
you
if
all.
you'd have wore that suit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still in the bikini.
How you doing, man? Let's make everything quick so everybody can go through as well. Not rushing you, brother. Just telling everybody. What's your name, man? What's your question?
I'm Brad. I'm from Kentucky. This is my first ever convention.
Make some noise for that, y'all. It's amazing.
And this is for Karen, Johnny, and Steve. I saw the skydiving scene. Were you guys actual skydivers, or was that?
Yes.
Were you guys actually trained?
That
Before
was
you guys
actually
answer,
us.
Before you
Hells
guys
no.
answer, you guys have another guest that we have to introduce at this time. Take it away, brother.
All right, actually, I'm going to give a little bit of a quick story with the last guest. When I moved out here in 2008, I'm a fan just like you guys. I don't know how I got up here. I got past security. But, like, I'm a fan like you guys. And when I moved out here, I had the luxury of meeting my, like, idol, which was, like, Shia LaBeouf. I met Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And I got photos. And I texted him, and I was like, cool, this is cool. I ran into Billy the Blue Ranger, David Yost, at ArcLight Cinemas Hollywood. And I squealed like a little girl. And out of all those other pictures, the one that I went crazy and texted to everyone and posted all over MySpace, the one that I was most excited about, was actually Mr. David Yost.
And amazing. Do you see this love, David? Do you see? Did you hear the story? Do you hear the love that they're giving you, man?
Yeah, dude.
It's very kind. Thank you. I don't deserve it, but thank you.
The last question that was asked, is that you? Oh, come on. I wanted to re-ask the question. You know, we had the amazing ovation for Mr. David Yost. I don't want your question to be forgotten.
I don't even remember what the question was.
I was asking the Rangers on the movie. Were you guys actually trained skydivers, or was that just
Trained skydivers.
Trained skydivers. Did we do this?
Oh, yes. Yes. I said yes.
They could.
That's not, no.
Absolutely not.
No, they did not.
We jumped out of like, what was it, like, I don't know, 20 feet.
Well, they had this
maybe?
little fake
Yeah,
plane.
into like mats.
Yeah,
and then they had us wired up 60 feet.
Yeah.
We did all the in-between. And then some of this, like, woo! With the green screen that looked real.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't
But I
us.
mean, you know, it was the first scene in the movie, so if anybody would have got dead, it would have kind of ruined the production a little bit.
It'd be
probably.
like, wow, Adam's a slightly different Asian guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't look the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, it wouldn't have matched. The footage wouldn't have
Aisha
matched.
couldn't have gone to Africa if that would have happened.
But I did go skydiving a couple years ago with JDF, because JDF is now a trained skydiver. He's had like thousands of jumps now, and he's just crazy, like he's crazy. So we were in Puerto Rico at the Puerto Rico Comic-Con, and he convinced me to go skydiving with him, and it was one of the freakiest things that I've ever done, ever. Because I have a huge aversion to heights as it is, but, you know, if Jason says you're going with, you know what I mean? And I just remember just circling up, you know, because the drop zone is the same, right? So the plane just kind of goes in a spiral up, you know, over the drop zone, and you just feel yourself getting higher and higher and higher, and you see everything getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then all you know is you get this guy, he's like strapped to your back, and then he makes you step out on this little platform with both your feet, and you're hanging onto the wing of the plane, and then he grabs onto the door like this, and he goes, 1, 2, 3, and he just launches you out of the plane with his chest, and you're just like pummeling, like, you know, falling to the earth, plummeting to the earth, you know? And then he just like taps you on the shoulder, and he said, when I tap you on the shoulder, make sure you spread your arms out like this, or we're gonna keep spinning around everywhere. So he taps on my shoulders, and we spread out, and next thing you know, we're kind of like, you know, hovering as we're falling in this free fall. And then when he pulled the chute, and the chute opened up, and we were just like floating down. It was one of the craziest, like most amazing things to see. And being in Puerto Rico and just having that whole view, and then we're like pulling on little strings like this, and it's like turning the parachute around, like you're kind of spinning around. It was very, very cool experience. So and we've got it all on video on My Morphin Life, season 1, I think, or season 2. So check it out.
Oh, I thought
YouTube.
this was about the movie.
Oh, I'm talking about me and JDF went skydiving in Puerto Rico.
David Yost from downtown.
Hey, you showed up late and not even paying attention to the conversation that you were here for.
Right. I threw up pretending to skydive, so I would never do it. Like, someone's got pictures. I was throwing up, hanging off of pretending to skydive in the Power Ranger movie, so never.
So, guys, I want you to know that I'm going down to history as the coolest moderator ever, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, yes, we're running out of time, and yes, we're going to get to that final question right at the back, right behind. Raise your hand, last person in line. We're going to get to your question. So everybody do me a favor, make your question super quick, get it in, get it out, because I want to get to everybody in this line. Go ahead, buddy. What's your name? What's your question?
Mine's just more of just a thank you for, being Power Rangers and inspiring all of us. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
It's amazing. I want to thank you guys as well, because you guys are the best. All right, go ahead, buddy.
I just want to ask, see, in Japan, I think you guys know, every year they get like a movie for Super Sentai, right? And usually it's like a crossover with like the previous series or something, but not always like a crossover with the previous series, like some other like Japanese show. If you got a sequel of My Morphin Power Rangers movie, what would you want to like crossover with? Like any, like probably like, I don't know, like the Batman show or, other like superhero type shows or,
So not like other seasons of Power Rangers.
You
Just
could.
Power Rangers crossover with Marvel is what you're going for.
Yeah, like in Japan, like Tokusatsu's like Batman, like Doctor Who, all that kind of stuff. So
As long as y'all don't cross over with the Ninja Turtles again, but anything
yeah,
else,
that's right.
I'm happy to see.
We weren't there for that.
Well, we did Masked Rider, didn't we?
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
I guess that'd be the
Troopers
next
is awesome,
thing, right?
yeah.
We'll do that.
Beetleborgs, that's right.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you so much, man. What's your question, buddy?
First, I just really want to say, Mr. Freeman, Raiders of the Lost Ark, favorite movie of all time, followed by the Power Rangers.
Yes.
So thank you. We all know the movie doesn't fall into the canon. So I was wondering, did they tell you when you made the movie before anything happened, oh, this is going to be canon or this is not going to be canon? If they said it was, did they explain this is how it's going to work?
Was that for Paul?
No, that was for everyone. I was just
Oh.
for everyone. Did they?
If it was going to be canon?
Yeah, to the series, because obviously, I mean, you can work around
Right.
that it is, but obviously, if you just go straight, it's not based on the show.
I didn't really know that phrase back then, but I knew that the movie wasn't. I didn't know
You mean like
what
a
that
canon?
term meant. You know what I mean? But I knew it wasn't going to be the same as the TV show. You know, so but the only thing that was going to be the same was that they were going to introduce the new season, like the new Zords and the new animals. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
You know
all.
what? It was like
That's
when
about all that we knew. You know
when
what I mean?
when 20th Century Fox came in, it was almost like they did the movie that they wanted to do. They were, you know, I know Saban had a say, but it was like this was it was totally different from the TV show, and they purposely did it that way. They wanted everything to be bigger, better, and they just wanted it to be like big budget movie for the time, you know. So.
Nice. Thank you so much, man. Come on up, buddy. Come on up. What's your name? First of all, amazing costume.
Yeah.
Amazing. What's your name? What's your question?
Justin. And my first question is for Karen. What was up with the Zord scene at the end of the movie?
At the end of the movie?
Yeah,
when I kicked him in the
Yeah.
in the weenus?
Yeah. What was up with that?
I was taking care of business.
Thank you.
I know it was girl power at its best. Girl power before girl power was popular.
I love it. Come on up. Ask your question. What's your name?
Hey guys, my name is Matt. I'm from Sydney, Australia. So to me, this movie is very special to
Yeah.
me. It was shot in my hometown. My question to all of you guys, the whole cast, what is the best thing you guys have done in Australia so far?
Best thing?
Yes.
Didn't get 18, is that what you said?
Karen, didn't we go out to dinner or something? Didn't I take you out to dinner? Didn't we all go out?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
How did you go out to
Yeah.
dinner
It's like
when
raw
you couldn't leave
kangaroo
the
and
rock?
stuff. We had raw
We
kangaroo.
had a day off every now and then.
The best thing we ever did in Australia. Yeah, well, I was just there last year
Yeah, that's
for
right. I met you too.
Supernova. Yes,
Yeah.
and I spent a whole week on Broad Beach, up at the Gold Coast. Most amazing time I've ever had in my life.
And I know you love your Tim Tams as well.
And what?
They give them to you by the stack.
yes.
They like stack
Yes,
them up
Tim
on your
Tams.
booth.
Yeah, who doesn't love those?
Those are good.
Just
Did you
wanted
give
to
me-
say I love your work, everybody. You guys are awesome. The movie was fantastic. I'm really honored. Steve Cardenas, Johnny on Bosch. You probably are almost the best thing ever to happen to Power Rangers. You too, Karen Ashley.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
knew.
I swear, all the free new cast, you're there for a reason. I think it was awesome. You know, you know what I mean? But you guys are all awesome. I love your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for your support.
Hey guys. So this is a question for Paul, because I know you had scenes with the show villains Zed and Rita, and I know that the script went through at least some forms of rewrites. Do you recall if Rita was always in the script? Because I know one of the episodes you filmed in Australia was the wedding episode. I wasn't sure, was that like always the plan that she was going to be reintroduced, or did that idea like come out of the need for more episodes in some way? Do you remember if she was always in the script, or?
I don't even know which character you're talking about. I can't remember any of them.
Lord Zed and Rita.
She was always
She
in the
was
script.
always there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was always there to answer your question. My memory of it all is rather hazy.
Nice. Great question. How you doing, buddy? What's your name? What's your question?
My name's Eddie. This is my first Morphicon. And
Mine too.
My question is, when you guys auditioned for the parts, did you guys ever envision that the reaction would be like so big and you'd be so many kids' childhood heroes?
No. I mean, it was like, I mean, back then, I had a dream of being an actress. And it was like, all of a sudden we were on a TV show, and obviously we knew it was the #1 kids show, but what is that? Like, you don't even, like, your mind doesn't even you can't even wrap your mind around what that is. It hasn't been really until now, doing Comic-Cons, like, for probably like the last 10 years, that we get to meet all of you, and you guys are telling us all these stories, and it just sinks in, and it's almost like we get to smell the roses, because we actually get to hear, like, what it meant to you. Like, then we thought, oh, we're being actors and we're getting to fulfill our dreams, and little did we know we were influencing a whole generation. And I would have never guessed that 20 plus years later we'd be sitting here in Pasadena talking about Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you.
It's an amazing question. So this will be the final question, and this will come from me, guys. I would like to know, you guys do conventions, you guys meet fans all over the world, all of the time. What is the best fan moment you guys have had meeting somebody? Give it to me. Best fan experience.
David Yost, you're good at that. Go ahead.
Well, we have tons. Because there's so many different reactions from fans. But the most that always mean to me, as of late, is because I came out as a gay person. Anytime that somebody comes up, thanks. Thank you. Anytime that somebody comes up to me and says, thank you for doing that video and coming out and telling your experience, and it helped me come out. I told my family, I told my friends, I told whoever that I'm gay, and it just meant the world to me. That helps me know that I did the right thing. So that's awesome. But like Karan was saying, we genuinely hear so many amazing stories from all of you about how you became martial artists, or you became doctors, lawyers, teachers, whatever it is, because Power Rangers had such an amazing influence on you. That's the thing that I think most of us just really take to heart, because we can never imagine that the TV show would have that kind of impact. So I'm glad that you find something in all of the characters that we've played, and you can relate to one of us or all of us and take bits of us and put that into your own life and really become great citizens in the world. That means a lot to me. So in terms of fan interactions, I couldn't ask for more. That's me.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
I don't think anybody else could say anything better than that.
But then there was that one time that the girl peed her pants.
And then brought them to everybody to sign.
And then she brought him to everybody to sign. So that was a good fan moment. But yeah.
Best fan moment ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the cast of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Thank you.
They will all be at their booth signing and taking pictures, guys. Make sure that you stop by and say hello.